Hi, this is Jose Jimenez. Here we have a my web developer application test for Dingus and Zazzy. The first task that I was assigned was uh, was the one of a form, which is at the bottom of the home page, which had a notification issue regarding the fact that um, the user didn't get a notification after this form was submitted, and also the message must contain the user's name and the user's email, and it must be sent by this email right here. So what um, I did to fix that was to go to the email section of the email to section of the form, and the field where it was where you should put the email that is sent to. There, I just um, wrote the code for the field ID of the email of the user, which is this one right here, and this one is the name field. So I'm gonna use mainly these two to complete the assignment. So I use the email ID to ensure that each and every user gets a notification. Here's the subject, and in the message here I use the fields, the name ID field ID name from the form, and also I use the email field ID. So yeah, this is what I use in the message. This is what I used, and well, that part is solved as well. Now the last part, which is that the sender must be this email right here. So I put that email in this field right here, which is the from email field, and I've tested this a couple times. Here we have messages that I've been sending to myself with different emails, JJ Marts. Oh well, this is one is from just JJ Marts email, but I used also this other account. This was just 19 minutes ago. This one is Jose David Jimenez Leon, Jose David 12010123 at gmail.com. So this proves that the um, submission and the form actually works. So we fixed that. Now for the second section, this is the one that I spent most of my time with because of the animations and the styling. I'm picky about that. So this section here it's simple. We just show the information in the red box, and if we hover over it, we should show it should show the other information, the buttons and stuff. And so what I did to fix that is just use some custom CSS. The top part I just called it up, and the low part I just called it down. These are the two main classes that I used, which are the same classes as these ones, which is a concept. I use the CSS classes as a object-oriented programming, let's say, dynamic, because these are all the same type of class. So I use some inheritance, if you must call it that, and I call this top section up, and I call this lower section down. This whole section I would call it um, info box, let's say, and these are all info box objects. So yeah, the down section is not displayed until we hover over the sibling, which is the top section, or we hover over itself, over the down part itself. So it should display. So if we hover over this or this, it should display itself. We hover over this part as well, because if we only hover over this and then we move our mouse to see the information right here or go to click, it is going to disappear because we would no longer be um, hovering over the top section. So we must hover over the top section and the low section as well. And then I use some animations from Animista, the Animista library. And this is the thing that I spend most of the time with because I spend a bunch of time looking for different animations. I use different animations and transition times. And this is the one that I was okay with, right? This one is it's good. I like it, and also the background to make it more dynamic, to make it responsive. Because as you can see here, when the boxes are not hovered, the information it's all um, well spaced and everything. So if we hover over something, the actual box or the container expands itself accordingly, and it keeps the same um, parameters of gaps. So it's totally responsive to the user's input. So yeah, that's how we fix that issue. And the third task was to um, recreate this header right here. It told me I should be developing it with PHP, which PHP in itself uses HTML and CSS. So I just did that on HTML and CSS because um, there's not that much of a difference using PHP to do this because I'm not using actually PHP code inside the PHP itself because it's gonna be just PHP and inside the PHP file it's gonna be just mainly CSS and HTML. So I implemented this, and if I wanted to use PHP, I just use the PHP section or command, which is p and start with a PHP file here. Let's say PHP, let's say index.php, and use here the same code, and it shouldn't be an issue. You see, it's the same thing here with PHP, and here is with HTML, and it's totally responsive. As you can see, if the web page changes size, it changes itself. And so yeah, I recreated it. Well, this was my web developing application test. It took me about 3 to 4 hours to complete. I hope this will help me to achieve my goal of working for your business. I'm really, really interested. I'm really excited and grateful for you time and consideration as well, especially nowadays that the market is all full of people. Seems like nobody's hiring anymore. But yeah, I hope you have a great day and cheers.